As you can imagine, understanding an organization's culture requires exploring various dimensions that shape its values, behaviors, and overall environment. Prominent scholars like Geert Hofstede, Robert E. Quinn, Kim S. Cameron, and Charles Handy have developed practical models to analyze these cultural nuances. This video explores their frameworks, providing insights into the parameters essential for dissecting organizational culture. Geert Hofstede, Pioneering Cultural Dimensions. Geert Hofstede, a Dutch social psychologist, is renowned for his research on cross-cultural groups and organizations. His work has been instrumental in understanding how culture influences workplace values, and he is well known for his studies about national and organizational culture differences. National Culture Dimensions. Hofstede identified 6 dimensions to describe national cultures. Power Distance Index, PDI, measures the extent to which less powerful members of a society accept and expect power to be distributed unequally. High Power Distance Index cultures have centralized structures and authoritarian leadership style, while Low Power Distance Index cultures favor flatter organizations. Individualism versus collectivism. IDV assesses whether people prefer a loosely knit social framework, individualism, or a tightly knit framework, collectivism. Individualistic societies emphasize personal achievements. Collectivist societies prioritize group cohesion. Masculinity versus femininity. MAS explores the distribution of emotional roles between genders. Masculine cultures value competitiveness and ambition. Feminine cultures prioritize care and quality of life. Uncertainty Avoidance Index. UEI indicates the degree to which members of a culture feel uncomfortable with uncertainty and ambiguity. High Uncertainty Avoidance Index societies implement strict rules and regulations, meaning bureaucracy. Low Uncertainty Avoidance Index societies are more relaxed and open to change. Long-term versus short-term orientation. LTO reflects a culture's time horizon. Long-term oriented societies focus on future rewards, valuing perseverance. Short-term oriented societies respect traditions and social obligations. Indulgence versus restraint. IVR relates to the gratification of desires. Indulgent cultures allow relatively free gratification. Restrained cultures suppress gratification and regulate it through strict social norms. Organizational culture dimensions. After studying the culture influence on the national level, Hofstede continued his work at the organizational level, where he identified another 6 dimensions. Process-oriented versus results-oriented. Process-oriented cultures focus on how tasks are performed, emphasizing adherence to procedures. Results-oriented cultures prioritize outcomes and achievements. Job-oriented versus employee-oriented. Job-oriented cultures emphasize task completion and performance standards. Employee-oriented cultures prioritize employee welfare and personal development. As you can see, it's similar to his previous masculinity versus femininity perspective. Professional versus parochial. Professional cultures identify employees by their profession or expertise, often with a strong sense of professional identity. Parochial cultures see employees' identity closely tied to the organization itself. At the essence, it's about what you will prioritize. The company you work for no matter what you do there, or you put your calling on the pedestal while the company is just a means for you. Open system versus closed system. Open systems are receptive to newcomers and external ideas, promoting transparency. Closed systems are inward-focused, with restricted information flow and limited openness to outsiders. Tightly versus loosely controlled. Tightly controlled cultures enforce strict policies and punctuality. Loosely controlled cultures offer flexibility and a relaxed approach to regulations. Normative versus pragmatic. Normative cultures adhere strictly to organizational procedures and guidelines. Pragmatic cultures are market-driven, focusing on customer needs and outcomes, even if it means bending rules. Robert E. Quinn and Kim S. Cameron, The Competing Values Framework. Robert E. Quinn and Kim S. Cameron, professors at the University of Michigan, developed the Competing Values Framework to assess organizational effectiveness and culture. This model identifies 4 culture types based on 2 dimensions: internal versus external focus and flexibility versus stability. Clan culture, internal focus, flexibility, resembles a family-like environment emphasizing collaboration, mentorship, and employee development. Leaders act as facilitators and team builders. Adhocracy culture, external focus, flexibility values innovation, creativity, and risk-taking. Organizations encourage entrepreneurial initiatives and adaptability. Market culture, external focus, stability focuses on competitiveness, achieving targets, and profitability. Leaders are hard-driving, and success is defined by market share and penetration. Hierarchy culture, internal focus, stability characterized by formalized structures, procedures, and control. Efficiency, consistency, and uniformity are essential, with leaders functioning as coordinators and organizers. Charles Handy, organizational culture types. Charles Handy, an Irish author and philosopher specializing in organizational behavior, proposed a model identifying 4 culture types based on the degree of formalization and centralization. Power culture, centralized power held by a few individuals. Decision-making is swift, but it may lead to a lack of consultation and potential misuse of power. Role culture, defined by formal structures and clear responsibilities. Authority is delegated based on roles, leading to efficiency but potentially resulting in rigidity and bureaucracy. Task culture focuses on achieving specific projects or tasks. Teams are formed based on expertise, promoting problem-solving and adaptability. Person culture centers around individuals, with the organization existing to serve their interests. Common in professional firms where autonomy and individual expertise are valued. Beyond these models, other frameworks offer valuable insights. For example, Denison's organizational culture model, where he emphasizes 4 traits: mission, adaptability, involvement, and consistency, that influence organizational performance. Or you can recall previously mentioned Edgar Schein's approach to organizational culture, and similar. Understanding these dimensions and models provides a comprehensive toolkit for analyzing and influencing organizational culture, enabling leaders to foster environments that align with their strategic objectives and values. And keep in mind that companies coming from different countries, industries, stages of life, dominant leadership styles, and similar, naturally will gravitate towards emphasizing different core values or dimensions.